Welcome back and welcome to another episode of the Smooth Like Butter podcast. Your host, Kelvin Dooley, here to bring you a new episode, new video, talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, specifically Tyreek Hill and the ongoing investigations currently pending against him. Let's get straight to it. Without further ado, let's start off by me saying this. If you are Brett Veach and Andy Reid and company, Clark Hunt as well, you have to be trembling right now. You have to be a little nervous about what is to come with Tyreek Hill in this current investigation, again, that he has pending against him. Why? We're talking about the most electric player in football. We're talking about arguably the biggest offensive weapon in football, right? He's up there with Odell. He's up there with Antonio Brown, Saquon Barkley, Patrick Mahomes. He's in that conversation. He's of the elite. Tyreek Hill is. And losing a player like this, man, I mean, I think we go from Super Bowl contenders. I think we fall to a tier below that. And everybody's going to say, but you have Patrick Mahomes. Look, Patrick Mahomes cannot throw the ball to himself. Again, and I know he has Travis Kelce. He has Damian Williams. He has Carlos Hyde. He has Sammy Watkins. That is not enough, I don't think. You can't put up 30. You can't average 30. I think the Chiefs averaged 35. I may be completely off on the number, but they score more than 26 or 28 points per game. Score more than 26 to 28 points every game this NFL regular season, this past NFL season. Without Tyreek Hill, those numbers dwindle, right? Because can Sammy Watkins play 13 games? Travis Kelce is a year older. He's still a great talent. He's the best at his position, but you can't rely on him. I think, and I only say that because I think you can just out-scheme. You can scheme out a tight end in today's brand of NFL football. You no longer have Kareem Hunt, right? So Damian Williams, he doesn't strike me as a three-down back. I think he's limited in what he can do. He's a great pass catcher. He proved that he can run in between the tackles and have some success. But I'm not counting on that for 16 games. You really, I don't know. I don't want to say you limit what Patrick Mahomes can do because there's no limit on his game. He can do just about everything. I think you do restrict. You lightly restrict his ceiling. And right now the Chiefs have a large window, certainly 2 to 3 seasons, a huge window, a window greater than any other franchise in the NFL currently right now. You have with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs' chances to win an NFL title. If Tyreek Hill is found guilty of anything, if he's indicted on any of these charges in this current investigation, it hurts me to say this, but he has to go, right? Unlike Kareem Hunt, Tyreek Hill has already prior to being drafted, prior to his NFL career, he was found guilty of abuse or assault prior to his stint in the NFL, his tenure in the NFL. That's one strike against you. This is not 3 strikes and you're out. And I think with the NFL and really with the standard the Chiefs have already set with their dealings with Kareem Hunt, you really only get 2 chances. You really only get 2, and with extreme measures, you only get 1. Tyreek Hill has used up his 1 shot already, and he's done great. I'm willing to believe he's become a better man, a better teammate, a better leader, a better person, a better husband, a better father. I'm willing to believe that until the results come out, until the investigation is up. I'm willing to believe that he's just been a better person. He's evolved into something greater. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt. But the Chiefs, the NFL, the public, if he's found guilty, we're not. And he's not going to get it. If he is found guilty of any of these charges, he has to go. And to make matters worse, he shouldn't get a job in the NFL. I don't want to say ever again, but he has to be a significant time off. He has to miss a season. He cannot be picked up by anyone. And if anything, the Chiefs should be the first team eligible to pick him up again. But that's neither here nor there. If he's found guilty, he should be gone. No way around it. No ifs, ands, or buts. Right? And that's regardless of if it's against the woman or a child. His child, specifically his child, he has to go. And it pains me to say that because he's a great talent. But he has to go. There's no way around it. There is no way around it. What makes matters worse for me personally is Tyreek Hill was working on a massive, and this has been reported, a massive long-term contract to remain a Kansas City Chief. We're looking at numbers relative comparable to Odell Beckham Jr., to Antonio Brown. I mean, those are two of the highest paid guys at their position. He's amongst the best. He's up there with those guys. When you talk elite wideouts, Tyreek Hill has to be in that conversation. He was working on a deal. They got him paid. And let me note this. These investigations, these incidents took place in March, if I'm not mistaken. Early March, late February. And this is prior to the discussions of working on this long-term deal. But that just adds insult to injury. The fact that this ongoing investigation is going on and is looming over that contract, looming over the success and ceiling over this franchise. I mean, I can't say that I feel for Tyreek. I feel for Chiefs Kingdom, given that I am a part of that kingdom. This is not a good look for Tyreek Hill, regardless of if he's innocent or guilty. Right, and it's like you're being a little tough on him, you say, if he's found innocent. It's just to put yourself in that predicament, to put yourself in that situation, to put that much money on the line. I'm talking if he's in a conversation with the likes of AB and Odell, to put 30, 35, 27 to 35 million guaranteed dollars up for grabs like that, to where it could be taken away from you in a matter of seconds, to put that all up for grabs, to put that on the line. I feel for the front office of the Kansas City Chiefs. I feel for Chiefs Kingdom. My feelings won't necessarily allow me to feel bad for a repeat offender, a guy who has repeatedly put his hands on a woman or a child. I don't really feel for that guy, but by all accounts, you're innocent until proven guilty. I feel none of that yet. In terms of me coming down with a strict opinion on Tyreek Hill. But again, I do feel like if he's found guilty, if he's convicted, indicted on these guilty charges, he has to go. He can no longer be a Kansas City Chief. He should no longer be in the NFL. Right? I think the Chiefs, before I get out of here, I think what they did responsibly was cut Kareem Hunt. I think they did it to protect their own ass in a sense, but they did the responsible thing. They did the thing that avoids the publicity coming back, right? This is a young quarterback. This is a new era. This is a new front office, so to speak. They didn't need that pushback. They didn't need that publicity coming back and biting them in the backside. So they did the responsible thing. They pulled the plug on Kareem Hunt, setting a trend that proved to be what Brett Veach and company, their mindset is heading into free agency, where they pulled the plug on Houston. And all of this is separate from off-the-field issues, but they pulled the plug on Houston, D4 Eric Berry. Right there, it goes to show that the Chiefs aren't screwing around with their players, regardless of if it's cap space or off-the-field issues. So there you have it. Another video, another episode in the books for you. Please like, comment, subscribe to my channel, SoundCloud at Kelvin Dooley, YouTube at Kelvin Dooley. You can also follow me on Facebook at Kelvin Dooley. I don't post a lot of pictures. I'm not as involved as I am. I'm not really good at social media. Let me just tell you that. But if you want to look at the handsome face behind the beautiful voice, you can follow me on Instagram at Dulo_butter_SLB. Dulo, DULO_butter_SLB. be. This has been another episode of the Smooth Like Butter podcast. I appreciate you guys for tuning in.